Have you ever had a bad landlord reference? If so, you're not alone. It's a problem that's more common than you might think. Across the globe, countless renters face the nightmare of a bad landlord reference. But what exactly is a landlord reference? It's a recommendation from a previous landlord that can play a crucial role when you're looking to rent a new place. It's their account of your behavior as a tenant. Were you respectful to the property and neighbors? Did you pay your rent on time? Essentially, it's a measure of your reliability and trustworthiness as a renter. A bad landlord reference can be a significant roadblock. It can make potential landlords wary, making it harder for you to secure a new home. It can even impact your credit score. But there's no need to panic. There are ways to get past a bad landlord reference. Firstly, it's important to understand why you received a bad reference. You see, a sour landlord reference isn't just conjured out of thin air. There are usually underlying reasons that drove your former landlord to give you a less than flattering review. Let's peel back the layers to find out what might be the cause. One common reason could be late or missed rent payments. This is a big deal because for many landlords, their rental income is their livelihood. If you've been consistently late with your payments or missed a few altogether, this could certainly lead to a negative reference. Another possible reason could be property damage. Did you leave the property in the same condition as when you moved in? Landlords take pride in their property, and any damages, no matter how small, can be a cause for concern. If you've caused significant damage to the property, it's likely that your landlord wasn't too happy about it. Noise complaints or issues with neighbors are also common reasons for a bad reference. Landlords want peaceful, harmonious living environments. If you've been the source of disruption or conflict in the community, this could have resulted in a negative reference. Even issues like breaking the lease early or violating the terms of your lease could lead to a bad landlord reference. These are binding contracts, and breaking them can leave a landlord in a tough spot, especially if they have to find a new tenant on short notice. But remember, this isn't about pointing fingers or laying blame. It's about understanding the root of the problem so that you can take steps to rectify it. Maybe you've already identified the issue. Perhaps you're still unsure. Either way, it's crucial to be honest with yourself here. Once you understand the problem, you can start to work on a solution. And that's exactly what we'll be delving into in the next part of this video. So, stick around. You're on your way to turning that bad reference into a stepping stone for a brighter future. A good first step is to communicate with your previous landlord. You see, misunderstandings happen, and sometimes they can leave a blemish on your tenant record. Maybe there was a miscommunication, or perhaps there's an outstanding issue that needs resolving. Whatever the case, reach out to your past landlord. It's important to understand their perspective and see if there's a way to mend fences. When you do this, remember to stay calm and professional. Keep your emotions in check and focus on the facts. Use a respectful tone and make your intentions clear. You're not there to argue, but to clarify and possibly rectify the situation. Here's a pro tip. Put your request in writing. This not only provides a record of your attempts to address the issue, but also allows you to carefully craft your message, ensuring it's clear and concise. Remember, communication can often resolve minor issues and misunderstandings. And who knows, it could be your ticket to a better landlord reference. Next, it's time to gather some positive references. It's important to remember that while a bad reference from a former landlord might seem like the end of the world, it's just one aspect of your rental history. So instead of wallowing in self-pity, let's focus on how you can build a compelling case for yourself through other means. Start by reaching out to other landlords. If you've rented in the past without any issues, those landlords could be a goldmine of positive references. They can vouch for your timeliness in paying rent, your respect for property, and your overall good behavior as a tenant. But what if you don't have other landlords who can vouch for you? Don't worry, there are other options. If you're employed, your employer can be a valuable reference. They can confirm your employment status, your reliability, and your ability to meet financial commitments. You can also consider personal references. Friends, mentors, or colleagues who know you well and can speak to your character can be just as powerful. They can highlight your qualities that make you a responsible tenant, like cleanliness, respect for others' space, and punctuality. Now you might be thinking, why do I need all these references? Well, having multiple positive references can help to counterbalance a single negative one. It shows potential landlords that you have a strong support network who believe in you and your ability to be a good tenant. It's about creating a broader picture of who you are beyond that one negative instance. So start reaching out to your network. Send them a polite and professional message asking if they would be willing to provide a reference for you. Be sure to explain why you need it and assure them that it will only take a few minutes of their time. Remember, don't let a single bad reference define you. Yes, it's a setback, but it's not the final verdict. By gathering positive references, you're showing potential landlords that you're more than just one bad experience. You are reliable, responsible, and ready to be a fantastic tenant. Remember, a single bad reference doesn't define your rental history. Improving your rental application can also help overcome a bad landlord reference. Let's delve into the ways you can enhance your rental application to stand out in the landlord's eyes. Your rental application is a snapshot into your life as a tenant, and it's your chance to show potential landlords that you are a responsible and reliable individual. A key component in a strong rental application is proof of steady income. This shows landlords that you have the financial means to consistently pay rent on time. If you can demonstrate a history of steady employment, or even better, a steady rise in your income over time, it can be a powerful testament to your financial stability. But remember, it's not just about showing you can pay the rent. It's about showing that you can do so comfortably without stretching your finances too thin. Offering to pay a higher security deposit can also be an effective strategy. By offering a larger deposit up front, you are demonstrating that you are serious about the property and are willing to put more at stake. This can reassure landlords that you will take good care of the property and are committed to meeting your rental obligations. Demonstrating a history of on-time bill payments can be another compelling way to strengthen your application. If you can show a track record of paying your bills on time, it can reassure landlords that you are responsible and reliable. Consider providing copies of utility bills, credit card statements, or other evidence of on-time payments. Remember, your rental application is your chance to make a strong first impression. It's your opportunity to show potential landlords that you're reliable, financially stable, and serious about renting their property. By providing proof of steady income, offering to pay a higher security deposit, and demonstrating a history of on-time bill payments, you can create a compelling case for yourself as a tenant. And remember, even if you have a bad landlord reference, don't let that discourage you. There are ways to mitigate its impact and put your best foot forward. A strong rental application can make a big difference. Finally, don't hesitate to seek professional advice if necessary. When navigating the often choppy waters of a bad landlord reference, it can often be beneficial to have an expert in your corner. A lawyer or a rental advisor can provide invaluable insights and guidance in these tricky situations. There may be times when your attempts to reconcile with your previous landlord or gather positive references may not yield the desired results. That's when these professionals come into play. They have a thorough understanding of the rental laws and tenant rights, which can be a crucial asset. They can help negotiate with landlords, dispute any unfair references, or even guide you through a legal process if it comes to that. They can also provide you with advice on how to present your case in the best possible light. Remember, it's not a sign of weakness, but rather a strategic move to seek professional help when needed. Professional advice can be a game changer in difficult situations. To sum up, a bad landlord reference is not the end of the world. In fact, it's a hurdle that many renters face and successfully overcome. The first step is understanding the problem. Dive deep into why you've received a negative reference and use this as a learning experience for future interactions. Next, don't shy away from communicating with your previous landlord. It's possible that a conversation could clear up any misunderstandings. In addition, it's also important to gather positive references. These can come from various sources: your employer, your previous landlords, or even your neighbors. Boosting your rental application is another key strategy. Make it shine with a solid credit score, proof of income, and a compelling case for your reliability. Lastly, don't hesitate to seek professional advice if you're finding it difficult to navigate this situation on your own. With these strategies, you can overcome a bad landlord reference and secure your next rental. Remember, everyone deserves a place to call home.